When you experience a sports injury, muscle, or joint pain, you want treatment right away. Parkview Ortho Express provides same-day orthopedic and sports injury care without referral or appointment, offering diagnostics, x-rays, the region's only body composition DEXA scan right inside of the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse. Walk in Monday through Thursday, 7 to 7, Friday, 7 to 5, and Saturday, 8 to noon. For more information, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com/orthoexpress.
It's the comets.
Comets falling from the sky. 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 Comets falling from the sky.
As a mom, I appreciate that someone was able to get me into the system, having an appointment quickly so we could get him to return to the football team as quick as possible. It was kind of nice to witness the neuro assessment and how in-depth the neuro assessment was here in the concussion clinic. It was just an amazing process.
Concussions. They're a concern for parents of athletes in any sport. That's why Parkview Sports Medicine is leading the way with the area's first concussion clinic. Our integrated sports medicine team utilizes an innovative, evidence-based approach to manage athletic-related head injuries in those 14 and older, providing comprehensive care to get the athlete you love safely back in play. To schedule an appointment, call Parkview Sports Medicine at 266-4007. Reaching higher, pushing further. Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
The Kelly Automotive Group is simple, transparent, reliable. Simple. Our customer specialists make buying a car easy and fun. Transparent. Our price listed is the best price. No hassle, no gimmicks. Reliable. Buy with confidence and peace of mind. We work hard to ensure the best value however you shop. Choose from over 60 vehicles under $10,000. Visit drivekelly.com. The Kelly Automotive Group. Simple, transparent, reliable.
Get mad about blue. Get mad about your Fort Wayne Mad Ants. When looking for the best basketball action in town, it's the Go to FortWayneMadAnts.com for the complete game schedule. See your Fort Wayne Mad Ants in action. Get mad about blue.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Parkview Sports Medicine, especially since I've been a pro, has been a place where my game has really been able to develop in multiple facets. Injury prevention, maintenance, physical therapy, weightlifting, agility work, you know, all the things that I need to do in order to have an NBA body. This is the place for me to go when I come back home and I need to get a workout in. Always welcome me back with open arms.
Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
It may be winter, but it's never too early to start thinking about spring. Start your new year sharp and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Fair prices, superior quality, and exceptional customer service. Schedule your spring special appointment today. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Give your home the curb appeal it deserves. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code SummitCity for 15% off today.
Both runners are running, play coming home.
From the crucial plays to the highlight of the game to the victory celebration, we are there. Summit City Sports isn't just a business,
It's a group of companies investing in the youth of Fort Wayne athletics.
It's because of Parkview Sports Medicine, because of Kelly Automotive Group, Indiana Wesleyan University, University of St. Francis, and Big Eye Fish, that we can produce our broadcast viewed by hundreds of thousands in Northeast Indiana.
Support Summit City Sports. Become a sponsor. Join our winning team today. Welcome in, everybody. This is MVP basketball from the Spies Fieldhouse, and this features our premier matchup here in the past 2 weeks. It's the St. Paul Bears, who are undefeated here in Indiana, a 30-1 record after their win against Memorial Park a week ago. And that one loss did come in a tournament in Peoria, Illinois. And they will be taking on the Norwell Knights squad, who has not lost in their 2 years of playing together as 7th graders and 8th graders. This Norwell roster is full of all 8th graders, and we're going to go over the starters real quick. For Norwell, it'll be number 1, Brody Bolin, number 10, Luke Graft, number 13, John Colbert, number 15, Luke McBride, and number 22, Leighton Bailey. For St. Paul, we will have number 13, C.J. Davis, number 21, Nick Thompson, number 23, Darion Brooks, and number 24, Grant Hayworth, along with number 35, Jordan Hill. So we're going to start off here bringing you the coach of the Norwell Knights, Mr. Clay Dafford. And Clay, thanks so much for joining us here in the booth. Congratulations. What a great 2-year run this Norwell team has had. I understand you have not really lost to a team in league play, kind of an undefeated season entering this game.
Yeah, we've had a heck of a couple years. We got a great group of guys that just enjoy playing with each other, and they just go out and compete every day.
You know, that one loss we were talking about this past Saturday, you guys took on the Spies Indy Heat here at the Spies Fieldhouse. Just tell us about that game. Obviously, that's a collection of all-stars from the Fort Wayne area. Yeah, we come out and we play as a school team, and we play these all-star teams, and we play with them every single game, and we're just out there competing and going after it, and I'm just really proud of these kids coming out there and playing against these teams that collect the best players from other teams, and we're just lucky to have these kids all come up to the high school next year and compete together. Absolutely. Now, I understand number 15, Luke McBride, one of the top shooters in the area. What style of basketball does this particular group like to play? We like to play up and down. Like you said, we got quite a few good shooters on our team, and we like to get up and down the floor, be able to drive and kick, and our best offense is when we're not calling plays and just letting them play. They're smart enough, and they've played together long enough to where they know where each other's going to be, and they just like to get up and down. You know, this St. Paul group, they've played together for the last 2 years a lot as well, have enjoyed a lot of success. What do you know about the Bears? What's one of the game plan for you guys entering this game? I think first and foremost, we gotta stop Brooks. He's coming out here as one of the better players in the area, and a lot of these guys have played against him for 2 or 3 years, and I think their main focus is to shut him down and try to make somebody else beat us. Coach, once again, looks like the future of Norwell basketball is pretty bright here with this young group coming up. I understand they also have enjoyed a lot of success together on the football field as well. Have you seen that from these guys? I have. They compete on the basketball floor like they do on the football field. They just go out there and they play hard. I mean, if somebody's going to hit them in the mouth, they're going to swing right back, and they're going to take it to them. So I've really enjoyed coaching this group. You know, we saw that yesterday with the St. Charles squad that we covered. A bunch of football players on that team, very physical. Their depth was a little bit lacking, so their endurance towards the end of the game yesterday really hurt them against Woodside. Do you guys go deep into your bench? We usually play 8 guys throughout the year. During the season, I tried to play everybody every game, but we got 8 kids that really know how to play, and I think if we go a little bit deeper in that today, I hope to, but we'll see how it goes. You got one of the bigger players that we've seen here in MVP basketball, number 1, Brody Bolin. What type of player is he for you? Brody likes to bang. He likes to be down low, and he likes to rebound. He likes to do the dirty work for us, whether it's on the defensive end or on the offensive end.
we got all these shooters out here, and he's very good at getting them offensive rebounds, and when he gets it, he's going up strong.
And how nice is it to have a coach's son on your team? We talked about being a great shooter, but Luke McBride, his father, is the coach for the Norwell varsity team?
Yes. Luke puts in a tremendous amount of work. Every day after school, if the varsity's practicing, even after we have a 2-hour practice, he's right in the gym afterwards with his dad shooting. I mean, he puts in the time. So it's great to have him on the team, and it's great to have Coach McBride as an ally for us. I mean, he's there for these kids, and it's just great.
And lastly, I got to ask you, do you know the overall record this year for the squad?
We were 18-0.
18-0. So, Coach, thanks so much for joining us, Clay Dafford, and good luck in today's matchup.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. So that was the head coach of the Norwell Knights here, the 7th graders and 8th graders doing a great job there at Norwell. You know, they got one of the top players in the area in Will Geiger right now at Norwell, but it seems like you're going to be hearing from these Knights for a couple years to come.
Oh, no question. I know Coach McBride is extremely excited about this group, and in speaking with him, he's got a few of them that he plans on dressing varsity, and some of them possibly getting some time. So that's always very encouraging in your 8th grade class coming in.
You know, Zach, going back to the St. Paul team, the Bears over here, absolutely, Darion Brooks was fantastic right here in front of us, number 23 for the Bears. In that win over Memorial Park, they won 55-48. Boy, we saw an up-and-down game there, and Brooks was fantastic. But what most impressed you about this St. Paul team? I know you got to watch them play a week ago.
Well, first and foremost, they go through Brooks. His energy is incredible. He's a very passionate kid. He is not afraid to shoot the rock, and he's very active, and I think they feed off his energy. But not only him, the point guard, well, they can switch it up with different guys bringing it up, but I love what C.J. Davis brings, number 13. Sorry about that. I was trying to find his number. But C.J. is just an all-around athlete. He knows where to be at. He finishes well at the basket. High-character kid, and speaking with him, very well-mannered, very humble, which is another thing you love to see. And Nick Thompson, very strong guard with great size. He can score at any given point. I think St. Paul has at least 3 guys that, you know, any given possession, if you need them to get a bucket, they can just make it happen. You know, you don't have to set much up. You can set up a ball screen or some cutting action, and they're going to get a bucket.
Well, looking at this matchup here with this Norwell squad, if they're anything like that St. Charles team that we saw yesterday, then we know it's going to be a physical battle. How do you think St. Paul's going to have to adjust to that? Are they just going to have to get out and run the floor and get this Norwell squad chasing them?
This is going to be a game of runs. While St. Paul's definitely the quicker team, Norwell can score in quick spurts. And the last thing you want is a team like Norwell to get comfortable and establish their flow, because they can score in a hurry. And, you know, don't let their size fool you. Yeah, they got a big guy in Bolin, but they're very aggressive, very physical. And just like we talked about with St. Charles, their guards are going to attack and go attack the glass and get rebounds.
Well, obviously, you said everything runs through Darion Brooks, and he's so versatile for St. Paul. But for Norwell and Luke McBride, you got a top shooter right there. How much attention are you going to have to pay to number 15?
He's a guy, you know, in football, almost like the safety, being a spy. You cannot leave McBride. He can shoot from any given point. He's a very patient player, and he's very laid back in his demeanor, so it's easy to get relaxed on it, but his release is so quick that he can easily get off a shot quicker than what it looks like he's going to be able to do.
And there you see number 15 right there, the coach's son for the Norwell varsity team right there, Luke McBride. So it's going to be really interesting. Once again, big shout out to the man putting on this event, Mr. Mitch Sturm, and another big shout out to Joe Jordan, who is the president and CEO of the Boys and Girls Club here in Fort Wayne. Has a brand new facility opening up on Fairfield, so really looking to provide more and more opportunities for the youth of Fort Wayne, and it's much needed, and a big shout out to him.
Oh, he's a great guy, and he gave a great speech in one of our past games. Yeah, and the new facility being built on Fairfield and West Pontiac is gorgeous, and it's going to be a great resource for the community. It's right there by Fairfield Elementary, so great resource to have, and couldn't have a better guy than Joe Jordan running it.
And just in case you folks were wondering, Darion Brooks entering today averaging 15.1 points per game for this St. Paul team. So when you look at it from a middle school basis, obviously right now that'd probably have you in the top 15 in the SAC, but on a middle school basis, pretty impressive.
Oh, it's beyond impressive, but I would say he has a few good resources in his family to help him be a successful basketball player.
Absolutely. His father, who played at Wright State.
Correct.
Unbelievable career there at Northside, and obviously his brother, Keon. Man, the transformation of Keon Brooks from his junior to senior year now at La Lumiere, he looks like he's put on 20 pounds of muscle.
Oh, no question. And it's not surprising just based on the type of kid he is and his work ethic. It's only expected.
Yeah, absolutely. Great family. So we're just moments away here. Mitch Sturm's going to give us the rules. We're going to have the national anthem, and then we're going to go through all the roster for both teams and then the starting lineups. But Mitch Sturm doing some good things here in Fort Wayne. Like you said, he's originally from the Marion, Indiana area, but bringing his expertise here. And if anybody knows anything, Marion, Indiana, 30 years ago, just a hotbed for basketball in this country.
Oh, yeah, late 80s. You look in that gym, there's just nothing but banners and nothing but a great alumni of former D1 guys that went big time and not only represented, Marion in a good way in the playing fashion, but they were great. A lot of guys that ended up being great coaches too.
Yeah, and speaking of great coaches, one of the guys on the wall there is James Blackman Sr. He's got a big banner with his picture up there. He's now the coach at Marion, doing a great job. They're one of the top teams in 3A with one of the top sophomores in the country, and Jalen Blackman. But James Blackman Jr. is also on the wall there at Marion. Jalen Blackman's going to be on the wall there. They might have to rename that wall.
Oh, absolutely.
Here he is, Mitch Sturm.
Two undefeated teams tonight in Norwell and St. Paul. Let's give them all a hand for a great, great season. This event is brought to you by MVP Basketball, my program. We partner with the Boys and Girls Club to present as many activities to reward these kids as possible. Tonight, we'll have several different rules. We'll play regular National Federation rules with the following MVP exceptions. We're playing 4 quarters, and each quarter is 7 minutes in length. There's no alternating possession like the good old days. You want the ball, you got to get it. You jump everything up. Teams will be in the 1-and-1 after the 7th team foul. Again, you want to shoot the second shot, you got to make the first. There's no double bonus. You want to win the game, you got to make free throws. Each player will be allowed 6 personal fouls before disqualification. If a coach calls a timeout, you can move the ball to half court. And as in all MVP events, all dunks are worth 3 points. A lot harder to dunk than it is to shoot from behind the line. Now for our lineups. First, for the Norwell Knights. Their roster, number 11, Gavin Hoppner. Number 12, Grayson Cheney. Number 20, Luke Wallace. Number 24, Zach Waldman. Number 31, Klein Neuenschwander. Number 32, Jake Parker. And number 44, Kale Mallory. Now for the starters, the big fella, number 1, Brody Mullen. Number 10, Luke Graff. Number 13, John Colbert. Number 15, Luke McBride. And number 22, Leighton Bailey. Norwell is coached by Clay Dapper and Clete Bailey. Now for your St. Paul Bears. First, the non-starters, number 11, Ulysses Jackson. Number 12, Miles Good. Number 14, Cole Hayworth. Number 15, Chris Hawk. Number 20, Ben Mueller. Number 20, Ben Mueller. Number 22, John Clem. Number 32, Evan Hall. And number 33, Cameron Cave. Starting lineup, number 13, CJ Davis. Number 21, Nick Thompson. Number 23, Darion Brooks. Number 24, Grant Hayworth. And number 35, Jaden Hill. St. Paul is coached by Jerry Ratchberg, Dave Andre, and Andy Wick. Here we go, play ball.
Yes, we are all ready to play ball here, Zach. Welcome. We have the starters now. It's C.J. Davis, Nick Thompson, Darion Brooks, Grant Hayworth, and Jaden Hill for St. Paul. And for Norwell, Brody Bullen, Luke Graft, John Colbert, Luke McBride, and Leighton Bailey for the Knights.
And this game can't be possible without the officials, so shout out to Jim Smith, James Payne, the always great ref, and John Pfeiffer, the local legend.
At James Payne, we also see him on the football field here in Fort Wayne. So winning the tip there, Brody Bullen gets to it first, tracking it down, number 10 for the Knights, Luke Graff.
And one feature about this game is you're going to notice there's a lot of music being played, a lot of what you would consider distractions, so players will have something a little different than what their typical school games have. And that was a nice bucket right there by number 10, Luke Graff.
So Graff gets it started here for the Knights, getting the first bucket, getting down on the block, and easy two. This is number 21 for St. Paul, Nick Thompson, brother of Nayland Thompson, who's over at Bishop Lures. Now in transition, Graff being guarded by Brooks. It's Brooks with the defense. He'll swipe away the loose ball.
And you're going to notice Brooks is going to have a lot of defensive presence with those long arms, and he's not going to be afraid to take it coast to coast.
That was Leighton Bailey getting the ball for Norwell. Graft once again with the ball in his hand for the Knights. Drives straight to the cup, a little bit too strong. Going up to grab it, though, for St. Paul was Jaden Hill. Now on the other end, defense by Brody Bullen. Rebound by number 13, John Colbert.
Both teams are not afraid to go into transition. You're going to see St. Paul push it a little bit more, but this Norwell team is very active and very athletic, so they're going to look to push it as well.
Good quick hands there in the lane by St. Paul to disrupt that drive, and that's going to be last touched by Norwell, so possession to the Bears.
Well, as long as Brooks is, you cannot help but see how wide and thick Bullen is. He creates space, and I know the Norwell football coaching staff is extremely excited to have him coming up along the pipeline.
Thompson gives it up over to Jaden Hill, driving from the far wing. And once again, loose ball, this time corralled by C.J. Davis. Thompson, primary ball handler here for St. Paul. As Darion Brooks catches it, just gets tripped up, kept his dribble, and that'll be tracked down by C.J. Davis. Once again, hard for St. Paul to get anything going there down on the block. Catch and shoot three-pointer from the corner. No good. That was Norwell's number 22, Leighton Bailey. Bullen's going to go to the far wing. Pull-up jumper off glass. Just misses by the Norwell Knight. That was number 15. That's the shooter, Luke McBride. Hill going to find Hayworth. And a nice little jumper there by Grant Hayworth to get St. Paul on the board.
Boy, that's something you don't see a lot. A little hook from the hip. Nice touch.
Top the key three-pointer, and it's nothing but the bottom of the net for John Colbert.
And look, watch out for 13 Colbert. He can flat out play. He does a little bit of everything, but he's very athletic. He's got some good length. He's going to attack, and he's also on the boards a lot.
So Thompson here working off the pick, goes to the opposite side of it. It's Darion Brooks up top. Now C.J. Davis is going to take his spot. Thompson catches on the run. 13-foot jumper off the heel, no good. Going up high to snag the rebound was Graft.
Well, and one thing you got to be careful with in Norwell is they're really good at transition spot-ups. You know, a lot of people attack middle and get to the basket, but Norwell's looking to spot up for a 3 in transition.
C.J. Davis, once again, you try to take it to the cup, you're going to have to deal with number 1, Brody Bolin. That time there with the big swat, but the foul was called beforehand. Davis at the line to shoot 2.
I love Bolin's aggressive nature, but he needs to be careful because they absolutely depend on his presence in the post, and when he's on the bench, you can tell it affects the Knights.
C.J. Davis entering today, hitting 41 of 84 free throws, 49%. Hits the first. Second is good as well for C.J. Davis, his first 2 points of the game.
Well, St. Paul just has so many guys that can score at any point. Like I said, they're all very active, get to the basket, but they can shoot as well. It makes it very tough for any team to defend. And there he goes again. He's leaking out. Thompson gets it and can't finish, but a great attack by St. Paul. And, of course, there's Brooks being active, and he finishes with a bucket.
Darion Brooks with the offensive rebound and putback for St. Paul. And that will give the Bears the lead at 6-5. Bailey over to Colbert. Colbert has that three-pointer made. And C.J. Davis comes up with the steal. Now in transition, just a little bit strong off the glass. Hayworth is there. And we got a jump ball. It's going to be number 24, Grant Hayworth, and Luke Graff to jump here at the free throw line.
And not to take anything away from C.J. Davis because his anticipation on jumping that gap was excellent. And he read the eyes well, but you have to finish that. And in a game like this, those type of buckets are going to be the difference in a game. Just like we talk about free throws, you got to finish that.
So Gavin Hepner is going to enter the game for Norwell as the tip's going to be taken and pushed out of bounds by Graft. That will be possession to St. Paul. Here with the inbounds pass will be Jaden Hill for the Bears. Checking out is Grant Hayworth into the match. Game number 12, Miles Good.
Yes, Miles Good is the son of Manchester head coach Good, and he can flat out shoot, so you got to watch out for him. And nice putback bucket for Darion Brooks.
Beautiful lob pass goes into Brooks there. Hey, it's just a matter of time before he starts throwing that down.
Oh, absolutely.
Hepner now top of the key. Good matchup there with him and number 12, Miles Good. Good defense being played by Thompson. That's going to force a travel by Luke Graft.
Luke Graft, you know, he's kind of reminded me of St. Charles guards in the way he's very aggressive getting to the basket, but he needs to let the game come to him. St. Paul is too good of a team defensively to force the issue. Again, I like the aggressiveness, but he's got to let this flow come to him.
Yeah, Norwell in the first 2 possessions, it was Graft taking it to the cup. Scored on the first one. Good's going to retreat back, set up the offense. Now with the dribble drive, shoots it with the right hand, just left short. That was tipped by Norwell, so it's going to be possession to St. Paul. We have 2:24 remaining here in the first quarter with the Bears up 8-5. Good crowd here at the field house, filling it up for these young men as Thompson goes off glass. That's his first 2 points of the game for Nick Thompson. Now a catch and drive, Graff down low. He'll be fouled and will head to the free throw line to shoot a pair. That's going to go against number 13, C.J. Davis.
Well, that's the third time Graff has been on the right side and attacked baseline. St. Paul's got to recognize that and cut him off.
Now with Brody Bolin on the bench here for Norwell, this might be the time to feed the low post.
Oh, no question. And you're noticing the guards for St. Paul, again, they have good size and length, so they're out stretching in terms of length versus St. Paul, so they're getting a lot of second chance opportunities.
So Graff will knock down both the free throws. He has 4 points. His team now with 7. A 3-point advantage for St. Paul. Thompson up top. Goes over to C.J. Davis. Now to Brooks. 3-pointer. Darion Brooks just off the heel. Graff going up to get the rebound. Boy, St. Paul's all over you once you get that ball in your hand.
Oh, yeah. They're looking to immediately trap and cause you to do a quick panic turnover. Great cut right there.
And a nice help defense there by Darion Brooks. Seems like he came out of nowhere to contest that shot.
Man, he just seems like he's got eyes all over the court. He's always in the right spots. You can't teach that. That's just great instinct, great IQ. He knows what he's doing out there.
Into the game for Norwell is number 44. That's Cale Mallory. Graff down low, trying to back down CJ Davis. Another travel going to be called. And I'll tell you what, down there in the trees working against this St. Paul team, you got to know that Brooks is somewhere close by looking for the swat.
Oh, yeah, and he's got a quick first jump, so you have to move him out because he will go over you.
Thompson doing a good job here handling the ball for St. Paul. The lob pass goes into Hayworth. Looks like he might have been a little bump there on that shot. That's coming out with it is Colbert. Colbert with the stop and shoot. It's going to be rebounded by Brooks. Brooks seems like he's going to be a double-double machine here in the future. The 15-foot jumper off the heel. The tip out is picked up by Hepner.
Well, and Colbert's going to have to be a huge force while Boland's out on the rebounds because they don't have a lot of size down low right now, so they're just going to have to be extremely aggressive.
And Colbert's already shown that he has game on the perimeter. His pass is stolen by Thompson in transition. Finishes with the bucket. St. Paul up by 5.
St. Paul is very eager to jump that passing lane. Norwell needs to realize that and have some backdoor action, or at least just be a little patient on those entry passes. They're not even looking. They're just passing it and assuming the cutter's going to be there.
Colbert finds Hepner trying to go back to Colbert. Loose ball on the floor and a nice tip up to Brooks. Once again, we talked about it, Zach. It's a different ball. Not only is it the red, white, and blue ball, but a little bit slicker than maybe what these guys are used to.
Yep, it's got a little bit of a different texture. And again, it's a minor difference from a regular ball, but it's enough to where if you allow it to bother you, it can affect you. Now, the good players are going to move on from the difference and just play basketball, but it's definitely something different.
Brooks takes the tip easily. Now good for 3, number 12, Miles Good.
With Good, it wouldn't matter if it's a tennis ball. That kid can flat out shoot. And I just love his form, obviously, with his dad being the head coach at Manchester. He's got some great technique as his dad played with Steve Alford.
3 seconds remaining on the clock. McBride's going to be fouled and head to the free throw line. You know, that's what great scorers do there, Zach. Even though he missed on the jumper there, he created a shot for himself, and now he's got a chance to shoot 2. Something tells me he shoots at a high percentage.
Oh, absolutely. If you watch his rotation on the ball, he's got it down pat.
So the first one is good by McBride. His team, though, down by 7.
Well, they're down 7. Well, now 6, but they can score in bunches. So neither team seems to be too worried. And like I said at the beginning of the game, this is going to be a game of runs where both teams can score instantly. So I don't think they're too worried right now, but they're going to have to find a way to get Boland back in there and be engaged because he's an absolute must if they want to stay in this game.
You know, a timeout taken there by St. Paul. What do you think Coach is drawing up? Jerry Ratzberg here, 1.5 seconds remaining, and the inbound will be at half court.
Well, they've had a lot of success when they've entered the ball in the post. Obviously, they're scoring a lot off of defensive transition points, but they do a good job of getting their post involved, and then it frees out the perimeter when they kick it back out. But I got a feeling he's telling them they need to continue the pressure on defense, not over-pursue and get back cut because they know Norwell's coached well and will make adjustments. But if they can continue to pressure them, they've got this game in the palm of their hands.
Well, it's going to be Thompson who, for the most part, ran the point all game long so far for St. Paul to inbound it. Out of the corner, he's got C.J. Davis. The ball goes there for 3. Just misses off the heel, so that will do it for the first quarter. We'll take a break, and we'll be right back with you with more second quarter action here. MVP basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team.
I mean, I always had my family behind me. I always had my team behind me, but to have staff that wanted the best for me and to get me feeling better the quickest was really reassuring.
Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
It may be winter, but it's never too early to start thinking about spring. Start your new year sharp and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Fair prices, superior quality, and exceptional customer service. Schedule your spring special appointment today. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Give your home the curb appeal it deserves. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code SummitCity for 15% off today.
Welcome back, everybody. As you see St. Paul, they currently have the lead 15-9 over Norwell here in the second quarter. And I'll tell you what, St. Paul towards the middle to the end of that first quarter here really dominating, especially on the defensive end and getting in transition.
Oh, no question. It all starts with defense for St. Paul because they're going to be able to score in the half-court set just based on pure scores and the guys that can get to the rim. But when you can add that defensive aspect with the pressure, that's just going to create more possessions where they're getting uncontested layups in transition.
Jaden Hill working off the pick and roll to Hayworth. Nice looking play there.
They really look to get Hayworth involved on that low block.
They certainly do. Hayworth with the first bucket there for St. Paul after that right-handed hook shot. Top of the key, it's number 32 for Norwell, Jake Parker. Nice driving lane. Parker for three. Off the heel, no good. Bounding ball going to be taken by Hill.
And Norwell's going to have to get back on defense. As you see, they do a good job of attacking the rebounds, which is a must. But St. Paul is too quick to not get back.
And a loose ball picked up by Parker. He's been active for the night so far. Going behind the back there, coughs it up. Jaden Hill comes up with it. Now C.J. Davis, the opposite corner for three.
And what a way to space the court. He did a great job of setting his feet. He didn't wait too long. Sometimes, when you're so open, you overthink it. He just caught it right in rhythm and went up and fired that thing.
C.J. Davis now with a game-high 5 points. His squad's up by 9, 18-9. 5:43 left to play here in the second. Nice spin move and take to the cup by number 22, Leighton Bailey. And Hill, once again going to come down with it. He does a great job using that big frame.
Oh, absolutely, and he's another guy that can do a variety of things, and I don't think he gets enough credit just due to the fact that they have so many good players. And I got a feeling Hill's a great football player based on that frame.
Well, and you saw the nice passing. Him and Hayworth really have a connection early on here.
They absolutely do, and again, that's something that's developed throughout the years of playing with each other, and we talked about it. This Norwell group has played together for a long time, and these St. Paul guys have been playing together for a while, and you can tell both teams are very well coached, and they just have a great feel to them. Both teams go out and they play anybody and everybody. They try to get as many games as possible, and I love that both coaches talked about they're not afraid to go out and lose in the regular season. They want to be pushed. They want to be tested, and again, that's how you get better.
Yeah, 100%. That was a beautiful lob by Hills. We just showed you on the replay. And how about this three-pointer by C.J. Davis? Just missed there at the end of the first. Goes to the opposite corner, and it's splash for C.J. Davis, point number 5.
Man, that's a smooth stroke. And again, he's a lefty. It's tougher to close out on a lefty. There's just something different. You're so used to guarding that right-handed drive. Everything's a little opposite from what you're accustomed to. So being a lefty anymore is almost a luxury, and you notice that in recruiting. Coaches are really looking for those lefties.
We're bringing it up here. Leighton Bailey for Norwell out of the corner. I believe that's Parker for three. That one just misses. That was a rebound by Hayworth. Excuse me, that was McBride on the three-pointer. Now Hill's going to back it up. Once again, they'll feed Hayworth down low. Goes outside to Davis. Hill was calling for it, jumping up and down there on the block. Good for three. His second three-pointer of the game for Miles Good.
Well, St. Paul covers every aspect of what you need. They got shooters, rebounders, length, attackers. They get to the rim. They do it all, and they're just absolutely tough to guard.
Miles Good, 2 for 2 from beyond the arc so far in this game. Bolin back in for Norwell. We'll see if they end up trying to feed the big man down on the block, but that's where Darion Brooks is waiting. McBride cannot finish. It's tracked down by Hayworth. Not going to be easy for either of these squads to get buckets down on the block.
No, it's not. And it just seems like no matter how many guys Norwell has down low, there's another St. Paul guy there waiting to get a rebound.
And you saw it there with Bolin in the game. Now Hayworth with the miss. And then it was C.J. Davis, but the three-pointer is good for the Knights. Number 22, Leighton Bailey.
And Norwell's going to do that. They do transition spot-ups, and they're going to shoot that thing quick.
Hayworth from 17. It's Bolin with the board. The outlet to Bailey. Looked like he was going to pass it with the left. Now Hill tries to go behind the back. And that's going to be possession to St. Paul.
That was an excellent block by C.J. Davis on that transition. I mean, he really explodes up. But you're going to see that. This game is just back and forth. There's going to be excellent plays defensively and offensively, but both of these teams do a good job of staying calm mentally.
Well, you were certainly right about number 10, Luke Graff for Norwell. He is scrappy, a physical player.
Oh, absolutely. And again, he's a great leader on the court vocally. He's out there talking a lot. That's something I like to see, especially on the defensive end.
Good left all alone for three, and you can't do that. His third three-pointer of the game.
Well, Darion Brooks looked a little upset, but I think it ended up being a blessing because their best spot-up shooter was wide open.
And a nice baseline dribble drive by John Colbert, his 5th point.
Well, both teams, and again, they're both very good teams, but both teams like to attack the right side. Again, you notice St. Paul goes to that right block a lot, and Norwell does a good job of driving that right baseline.
Thompson out to Brooks on the wing, three-pointer, just a little bit strong. It's rebounded by Luke Graff. Graff going to pick up his dribble, did a good job of keeping his pivot foot. Bailey being guarded against Good. He too picks up his dribble. Bolin, a nice find into the corner. Back to Graff. McBride, you can see McBride's just waiting for his shot to get off. Big block by Darion Brooks. Tried to save it, but saved it right to Norwell. Now you can tell that Bolin was anticipating the contact there, just might have short armed that jumper. Nice feed into Brooks. Down low. That's kind of what we were looking for right there, that matchup of Brooks and Bolin down on the block. And this time Darion's going to head to the free throw line to shoot a pair.
Well, and they're both equally effective for their team, but they're such different types of players. You know, Bolin can move, and he can get up and down for a big guy, but Brooks definitely is going to handle the ball more.
So that first free throw attempt is no good by Darion Brooks. Brooks entering today, shooting 58% from the free throw line, hitting 51 of 88. Zach, when do you see those free throw percentages really start to rise? Is it from 8th grade to freshman year, or as you transition into varsity, or?
That's a tough question because I've watched a lot of top-level Division I games, and they've struggled to make 50%. Honestly, it's a mental thing, and it comes with repetition. I don't know if there's a certain grade or age level you can really hone down to, but it really comes down to that repetition.
Yeah, you think of the point guard for the Lakers, Ball. He sometimes has a hard time hitting the free throws.
It's tough, you know, and it's such a simple thing when you think about it, but it's all mental.
So that ball stolen by Thompson, and loose ball picked up by C.J. Davis. He'll get an easy deuce.
How many times have we said C.J. Davis? I mean, he is everywhere. And again, if you watch his demeanor, he's just so calm, but he's very aggressive and he's very active no matter where he's at on the court.
Davis does have 7 points, second best for his team. Of course, it's Miles Good. Bolin, nice move on the block, just can't finish.
He did a great job of feeling the defender on his back and was patient. Great footwork by Bolin.
Good. That time it is a miss. Hayworth being guarded by Bolin. Nice move by Thompson to get the separation he needed for that shot.
And it's a quick shot, but that's not a bad shot. And Thompson is really good off the dribble drive with a quick pull-up. He can do a whole lot of things, and obviously he's got an older brother as a good example and a good person to look up to, and Nayland Thompson at Bishop Luers, who can do very similar things, just doing it at a higher level.
Colbert. That was Graff. Now back to Bolin. They find McBride. He's got separation. Wow, what a stroke.
If you look at his catch and release off that curl, that is just purely touch and repetition. The coach talked about it before the game. He spends hours honing in on the craft of his shot and breaking down the mechanics. That just comes from a lot of practice.
Yeah, it looks like his last name should be Redding or something.
Whew, I had a flashback of Jerry McNamara, a little Syracuse throwback.
Nice floater, no good by Thompson, rebounded by Bolin. And now the outlet, strong take, but another block by Darion Brooks. That was Luke Graff with the drive.
And Luke Graff went in there very aggressive. You love to see that, but it wasn't going to matter. Brooks was 2 feet higher in the air.
McBride, top of the key. That one just off the front of the iron, tracked down by Bolin. Bolin, a good passer for his size. Shot is off the mark by Colbert.
And it sounds so simple, but Brooks just affects so much with the timing of the offensive shots. And you looked right there, And Colbert did a great job of being patient, gave a kind of half hesitation pump fake, but still his shot was adjusted due to Brooks' length. That is so invaluable to the team.
18, now 16 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Darion Brooks so smart down there on the block. C.J. Davis working off the pick by Brooks. Now it's Good driving out of the corner. The floater, no good. Thompson, and I think they're going to call over the back foul on number 21.
And Good doesn't even realize how valuable he is out there right now. Because of his effective shooting, it causes you to guard him honest. So they're causing the defense to put a lot of attention on him, and it leaves other guys open. And with their ball movement, it's just a matter of time before someone cuts and is wide open.
Definitely seems like it's helping with the court spacing there as he's able to kind of camp out on the perimeter. But once again, when Boland's in the game for this Norwell squad, the points are not easy to come by in the low post.
No, and just like Brooks, he's a presence, and not as much with the length. While he does have decent length, he's just so physical. You can't move him. And he's very mobile for a thick, big guy like him.
Even with Darion Brooks down on the block, 2-on-1, it seems like he knows which guy is going to take the shot. He's putting himself in great position here to defend Norwell. I got him unofficially at 3 blocks in this game.
Oh, he's got at least 3. And he's probably got at least 10 shots that have not been blocked, but where he's caused them to be adjusted and were misses.
Once again, we've been talking about the brothers that we've seen throughout the MVP, and by brothers we mean they have an older brother playing varsity ball and the future of Fort Wayne basketball. Just very, very bright. Thompson with another steal, and at the buzzer, they're going to say that one was before the buzzer sounded. So Zach, after this first half here, 28-17, your thoughts?
It comes down to the defensive intensity and the attack on their pursuit and the passing angles for St. Paul. They've absolutely made their presence known, and there's been times where Norwell's been very uncomfortable. You've seen them pick their dribble up a lot. Obviously, Boland being out did not help. They're going to have to come up with something offensively to get to the basket, space out, and get more open shots because they have the shooters to score points. St. Paul, they need to continue exactly doing what they are, but just continue that defensive pressure because if they can do that effectively in the second half, Norwell does not have a chance.
Well, folks, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with you with more second half action here from the Spies Fieldhouse. This is SummitCitySports.com.
When you experience a sports injury, muscle, or joint pain, you want treatment right away. Parkview Ortho Express provides same-day orthopedic and sports injury care without referral or appointment, offering diagnostics, x-rays, the region's only body composition DEXA scan right inside of the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse. Walk in Monday through Thursday, 7 to 7, Friday, 7 to 5, and Saturday, 8 to noon. For more information, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com/orthoexpress.
It's the Comets.
Comets falling from the sky. 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 Comets falling from the sky.
As a mom, I appreciate that someone was able to get me into the system, having an appointment quickly so we could get him to return to the football team as quick as possible. It was kind of nice to witness the neuro assessment and how in-depth the neuro assessment was here in the concussion clinic. It was just an amazing process.
Concussions. They're a concern for parents of athletes in any sport. That's why Parkview Sports Medicine is leading the way with the area's first concussion clinic. Our integrated sports medicine team utilizes an innovative, evidence-based approach to manage athletic-related head injuries in those 14 and older, providing comprehensive care to get the athlete you love safely back in play. To schedule an appointment, call Parkview Sports Medicine at 266-4007. Reaching higher, pushing further. Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
The Kelly Automotive Group is simple, transparent, reliable. Simple. Our customer specialists make buying a car easy and fun. Transparent. Our price listed is the best price. No hassle, no gimmicks. Reliable. Buy with confidence and peace of mind. We work hard to ensure the best value however you shop. Choose from over 60 vehicles under $10,000. Visit drivekelly.com. The Kelly Automotive Group. Simple, transparent, reliable.
Get mad about blue. Get mad about your Fort Wayne Mad Ants. When looking for the best basketball action in town, it's the Go to FortWayneMadAnts.com for the complete game schedule. See your Fort Wayne Mad Ants in action. Get mad about blue.
Welcome back, everybody, as we're getting ready to start the third quarter here at the Spies Fieldhouse. That's Brody Bolin and Darion Brooks to tip off in the center. Going over the scoring in the first half, the leading scorer in the game is Miles Good with 9 points. C.J. Davis had 7. Nick Thompson with 4. Darion Brooks with 4. Grant Hayworth with 4. For Norwell, Luke Graff with 4. 5 points for John Colbert. 5 for Luke McBride. And 3 by Leighton Bailey. C.J. Davis going to feed the block now. That was Hayworth. Davis on the dribble drive. Bolin with a good recovery defense there on Hayworth. Step back, Nick Thompson for 3 out of the corner. Rains it home for Nick Thompson.
And that's what he'll do. You got to get a hand up on him because he can shoot it in a hurry.
This is Bailey. Nice spin move up top. Thompson now has 7 points in this game. 3-pointer on its way, just left short. C.J. Davis comes down with it. Davis finds Thompson in the corner, goes up top. Hill for 3. That one just a little bit short. Coming down with the board there was Luke Graff.
And you're really noticing the intensity of the pressure from St. Paul. They're really looking to turn the offensive player and cause a turnover here. But Norwell's doing a great job of looking up, seeing the open man, staying patient, using their pivot.
Now they feed Bolin down low. Once again, it was a nice first move there. He got the separation he needed. Just a little bit strong on the release.
Bolin does a great job of being patient in the post. And if he can get the footwork down and finish when he goes through the contact, that's an automatic bucket.
You know, Zach, you're a coach at St. Francis. A lot of time with the bigs, you see the pump fake to get the guy in the air and then going up for the shot.
Absolutely. And at St. Francis, I mean, great shot by Thompson right there. Again, another dribble drive pull-up. But going back to what you were saying, we've had a lot of really good post players that are undersized, and they're very patient, you know, and they use that timing to get that shot off against a bigger or longer defender.
Luke McBride, you cannot give him an inch. He'll take a mile. He'll get 3 right there.
Automatic, and like I said, you have to get a hand up.
33-20 is your score.
Can Darion Brooks do anything wrong? I mean, that is just soft touch, a bank. I don't know if he did it intentionally, but he made it look good.
You know, looking at this Norwell squad, Luke Graff is also the quarterback for their football team.
Well, that makes perfect sense. Like I said, he's a vocal leader, very aggressive, and is not afraid of contact.
So C.J. Davis, they're going to call a travel before any foul is called there. Good positioning, defensive positioning by Norwell down on the block.
Both teams do not fear contact. And again, it could be tough for officials in games like this, but officials today have done a great job.
McBride goes up top to Colbert. That Norwell squad only losing 1 football game. The 3-pointer is good by John Colbert. He started off this game with a 3.
Yeah, they're going to need him to get buckets. He's absolutely essential for them. Down low, attacking and shooting. He can do it all.
You know, throughout the course of this year, Luke McBride, Norwell's leading scorer, Leighton Bailey, also knows how to fill it up. There, that was McBride picking up the loose ball and down low. Through the contact, bucket's no good by Graff.
Man, and Norwell had 3 guys down there in the paint battling for the board, and St. Paul still ended up with it.
So a strong jump stop there by Darion Brooks. You know, Zach, Mitch Sturm, who puts on the event, he awards 3 points for a dunk. We almost had one yesterday by Young Goody.
Yes, we did. And we haven't had one this year yet, so hopefully we can get one, possibly from Brooks.
Brooks misses on the fadeaway there, rebounded by Bolin. Looking to give it up to his guard there, Leighton Bailey. Colbert for 3, gets number 2. That's his 3rd of the game.
And he shot that so confidently. He had that ball in the shooting pocket, kept it compact, great rotation, all signs of a very impressive shooter.
Colbert now with 11 points, and Norwell's within 9. So back to single digits.
When you're able to shoot as well as Norwell, you can get back in the game extremely quick.
Good quick hands there by Bolin as he was able to swipe it away from Hayworth. Colbert, left-hand drive, straight to the cup. Look at the speed there and the touch on the lay-in.
That's a great straight-line drive. He just did a simple jab, went baseline, which Norwell must work on that. They do a great job of attacking the baseline.
Colbert's playing like an MVP here in the 3rd quarter, but answering on the other end, that's Nick Thompson. Back to a 9-point lead here for St. Paul. Bailey over to Graft. Colbert looking for another triple, and he's on fire, folks. That's Mr. John Colbert.
And you can tell right now Norwell is really excited. They're looking for this momentum. They've needed this. They're back in it. They're engaged. They just got to stay active.
Colbert has 11 points here in the 3rd, 16 points for the game.
Now look for a dribble drive pull-up.
Thompson has been awesome on the offensive end here for St. Paul in this game. They're going to Hayworth with the ball fake, and he gets the bucket over Bolin.
Again, that is just something you do not see in 2019. A great shimmy, a little feel on the back, a little pivot, turnaround hook. It doesn't get any better than that.
So checking in for Bolin will be number 44, Cale Mallory. I got to think that's a confidence booster, too, going up against the big man there and getting the deuce.
Absolutely, and big thing to pay attention to is Bolin just went out. And we noticed St. Paul made a run as soon as Bolin came out. Norwell has to stay strong. They've got to be collectively rebounding. They got to have a very big physical presence from the guards.
So the bucket and one from Grant Hayworth, who now has 7 points in this game. Bailey handling the rock for Norwell.
And Norwell, they have to offensively get some rotation, get some cutting action, some screen action. They cannot get caught staring at the ball due to fatigue. And you notice that not just from them, but from any team. When teams are tired, it's easy to get caught standing in your spot, staring at the ball, and hoping somebody makes something happen. But the defense is just as tired, and you got to make them work.
Zach, in this game, Norwell wants to win, so they continually go to John Colbert here in the 3rd.
Oh, they're going to have to.
1:56 remaining in the period. That's McBride over to Bailey. Good back in the game for St. Paul with the defense on Bailey. Graff being guarded by Darion Brooks. Bailey looking to score. He had 3 points there in the first half, but a nice look to Cale Mallory, his first 2 points of the game.
That was a great dump down, and again, you can tell he knew that was going to be open when he drove, and he drew the defender to come up.
Brooks with the rebound. Jumper's no good from 10 feet, and C.J. Davis came out with it, and we got a foul going to be called.
C.J. Davis with another offensive rebound, making things happen. You know, he has given his heart and soul out there. Nothing but love and admiration for that kid.
Hill's inbounds pass goes to Good. Finds the wide open man, Davis. Good ball movement here by St. Paul as Thompson steps right into the 3. That'll be rebounded by Mallory. And good pressure. That's going to be easy 2 for number 12, Miles Good.
St. Paul knows exactly what they're doing. They're attacking very efficiently on their full court press.
Now we're inside a minute to play. It's 45 seconds and counting. And Miles Good going to be called with a reach-in.
You know, one thing I'm noticing too is in our last game where St. Paul played Memorial Park, not to take anything away from Good, but his presence wasn't as big in that game. He has really stepped up on both ends and added a huge asset for offense for St. Paul.
Definitely a shooter. Colbert now, once again, the dribble and the floater, that time too strong. And Jaden Hill's going to go up with it, but a nice job by Cale Mallory tying him up for a jump ball.
Man, and that was a great job by Cale Mallory, but you're not taking that ball away from Hill. He is solid.
Not at all, but it was not easy for him to tie him up, and that's exactly what he did. So now we got a tip-off here from the free throw line.
Gotta love the way Mitch Sturm changes things up and makes it a little fun with the jump ball change.
And a tip easily taken by Hill to Brooks. Brooks going to take it himself off glass.
Brooks does a great job of adjusting his body based on the defender, and he keeps the ball high and tight. I said that in the last game about high and tight, but so easily it is for players to put that ball out there and cause it to get picked away. He keeps it tight and does a great job.
Colbert just short on the three-point attempt. Miles Good with the rebound. Did a good job. That was 1-on-3. Miles Good came out with it. But now Norwell, Luke McBride at the buzzer for 3.
Man, signs of Ray Allen. I mean, he caught that thing and let it go.
Luke McBride, what a way to end it for Norwell. So that's it for the third quarter. We'll be right back with you for the fourth and final quarter of the game.
Both runners are running, play coming home.
From the crucial plays to the highlight of the game to the victory celebration, we are there. Summit City Sports isn't just a business, it's a group of companies investing in the youth of Fort Wayne athletics.
It's because of Parkview Sports Medicine, because of Kelly Automotive Group, Indiana Wesleyan University, University of St. Francis, and Big Eye Fish, that we can produce our broadcast viewed by hundreds of thousands in Northeast Indiana.
Support Summit City Sports. Become a sponsor. Join our winning team today. Well, Zach, entering the fourth quarter here, it's an 8-point advantage for St. Paul. What a third quarter by John Colbert.
Man, he came out and he was on fire. But again, you know he does that night in, night out because he was so confident out there. He did not hesitate on any of those moves.
So Brooks easily wins the tip. They're going to find Miles Good out of the corner trying to get him some space for a three-point attempt. Brooks for 3. Rains it home. Nothing but the bottom of the net.
What a shot. And that's tough because he's so far out and he's so long that in order to contest that shot, you got to be willing to gamble getting beat because he's so good at getting to the basket.
Graff, nice find to Mallory. Yeah, when you think about that perimeter defense there, obviously VJ Beecham was so hard to contest when he would rise up for his jumper. And obviously in the NBA, Dirk Nowitzki at 7 foot, not easy.
Oh, pick your poison with Brooks. And, with Dirk Nowitzki, his release was so high at 7 foot with him releasing it behind his head. You're not blocking that.
Hayworth gets it back. Now it's Brooks, top of the key. Brooks, a lot of contact there. Is coming out with, it's going to be Graff looking to go coast to coast. And Thompson got him from behind. They're going to call him with the foul.
And that's tough, but I love Thompson's effort in getting back. He did not give up on the play. And so many times, especially, at the younger level, it's hard to get guys to sprint back on defense, especially when it's a play where it looks like it's an automatic bucket. And he did not give up on that play.
Zach, I think about some of the great defenders from the city. And I cannot think of his last name right now. Justin, one of 3 brothers over at Wayne, played at Wright State.
Mitchell. Justin
Mitchell could play defense on the perimeter.
Well, and he embraced that. And in order to be an excellent defender, you have to embrace that. But, it's a mindset. And another guy from this area that was really good at embracing that mindset was Chris Kramer from Huntington North, who played at Purdue. You're not going to find a better defender than him.
The rebound by Bolin here with 5:45 remaining. 47-36. Norwell's going to have to find that hot shooting touch. McBride to the cup. Hayworth with the defense. Now we're going the other way with Brooks. Brooks, no look, finds Thompson. Nayland Thompson cannot miss.
That was seamless. I got a feeling that
Nick Thompson.
Yeah, I got a feeling Brooks and Nick Thompson do that frequently. That was beautiful.
Colbert once again looking to drive to the cup. That time Zach is behind the basket there on the baseline. Hard to make that shot.
And again, it is not a difficult concept defensively, but St. Paul is having a very hard time of stopping that baseline drive.
Especially Colbert. But yeah, we saw the start of this game with Graft.
Yeah. Well, one thing about Colbert is his first step is extremely quick, and he does a good job of leading that first step very low. He's going body to body, and if you hesitate or you don't move your feet quick enough, he's by you. And he's strong enough to withstand that contact, and he's getting up to the basket.
So the second free throw is good. Colbert 1 of 2 from the line.
And now we're noticing a little full court pressure from Norwell, trying to trap a little bit. They got to be careful because they can't overdo it. St. Paul will have good ball movement and go over the top of them.
Miles Good finds a wide open Darion Brooks. It makes you wonder, how does Brooks get so open?
Man.
Well, now it's a steal. And throws it down, Darion Brooks.
They're going to give that one 2.5. No, you got to love it. That's the first three-point play of the MVP games.
Colbert, good rotation over to McBride. McBride gets so excited when he gets that ball on the perimeter, as Brooks just nonchalantly runs over the bleachers.
Gosh, that's always scary when you see a player, no matter their level of success, when they're running towards the bleachers like that, but especially with a guy like Brooks, you don't want him hurting himself, but you got to love the effort.
Hayworth's going to check out. Nick Thompson back in. How good has Nick Thompson been in this game?
Oh, he's so effective. He's going to be a great asset for Lures coming up in these future years.
Hepner with the baseline floater. Thompson comes out with it. Now Boland's going to be called with a push from behind.
And again, this can be a setup right here for St. Paul. You got a very comfortable lead. You've dominated this whole game. You've established your presence defensively, but you cannot let up. I mean, this Norwell team can come back from double digits within seconds with their shooting ability. So you cannot let up.
C.J. Davis, good defense by McBride as Davis blows by 4 Norwell Knights.
Man, that's a great drive. And he did a great job of finding that seam and attacking.
Now it's Hepner. Colbert, catch and shoot off the heel. Boland with the rebound. Back over to Colbert. You know, with Boland, you'd like to see him just go straight up with it.
You would, and as a coach, great layup there. And again, who is it? C.J. Davis, Mr. Do-It-All. Gotta love it. But going back to Boland, as the coach, you're not going to get mad at him putting that thing back up. You want him to be aggressive.
Step back by Hepner. Finds a darting Luke McBride. Just so hard. Seems like St. Paul has all kinds of hands in the passing lane.
Oh, absolutely. You know, and an outsider watching this game is thinking, you know, Norwell just hasn't played that well. And it's not fair to say that. St. Paul has just been so good, they've made Norwell look like they're not playing very well. I mean, it's all been St. Paul's defense.
Absolutely. In the game, number 32, that's Jake Parker for Norwell. They feed Boland. Boland working against Hill. He's looking for his move right there, and that's exactly what we were talking about with that pump fake.
Yeah, that's a great patient move. And again, his drop step, he's getting at least a foot deep. But that time he wasn't worried about getting all the way to the paint. He was more so worried about which side he was going to go to.
Miles Good. Hasn't really looked to shoot as much in the second half, but he lit it up in the first half with 9 points. With the defense on Good. Check it out for Norwell. Davis down low as it ripped away by Bullen, but they're going to call a foul, and he'll shoot a pair.
Great pick and roll action. And again, St. Paul is so unselfish, and they're constantly from the perimeter looking into the paint, whether it's a guard, a big, they're looking to get it into the paint.
I think the scores table might have missed Colbert's second free throw, so we'll just adjust our score to the score here in the field house. C.J. Davis hit his first 2 free throws of the game. Oh, they did give him the 39. Excellent. Just did. Second one's good.
And you got to give the starters for St. Paul so much credit. And it's pretty awesome to see those guys on the bench get to come in and everybody gets a little action to this MVP. But, I mean, that's the greatest honor when you played that well that you can get your other guys on the bench to come on in.
Well, last year in the national tournament, they finished third in the Lutheran national tournament, pretty much playing with these guys. So these guys are seasoned veterans.
Well, it's tough for Norwell. Like I said, they don't know what it's like to lose, but they've handled this game extremely well. And, you know, they've kept their heads up, and it's not fun to be down like this, but they're doing a great job at showing great class.
That was number 31, Nick Neuenschwander with the three-point attempt. Now Mallory down low goes off glass.
You know, Mallory's been real quiet, but he's had a sneaky good game. He does a little bit of everything, and he just stays composed.
And now the steal. That's Hepner coming up with it for Norwell. Can he finish at the cup? He will. Gavin Hepner for 2. So Norwell taking advantage here with the starters not on the floor for St. Paul, but only 2 minutes remaining, and the Bears up by 13.
You know, I've done games before and played in and coached where the teams had to put their starters back in just because that second group where the lead got back just like that. You hope it doesn't come to that.
Foul going to be called there on number 33, Cameron Gage. First free throw attempt left short by Neuenschwander. But nice in a game like this to be able to get some of the guys on the bench into the game. Second one is good for his first point of the game for Klein Neuenschwander.
And Norwell, they're still bringing the pressure. It doesn't matter who they have in there. They're looking to get St. Paul to turn it over. They're doing a great job with this group.
And it looks like we've got a tie ball for St. Paul. That was number 15, Chris Hawk.
St. Paul substitutions. Number 22, John Clem.
Everybody's getting a little action. It's good to see. And, you know, the St. Paul players over there that are on the bench, they're doing a good job of supporting their guys over there. They're having fun. They're cheering for them, being great teammates.
So possession to Norwell with 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining here in regulation. Folks, next Friday we will have the MVP Final Four. That also has a a three-point contest. Not sure if there's a dunk contest, but be a three-point shooting contest, maybe a skills competition as well. Bucket by Luke Wallace.
Yeah, there is no dunk contest unless they plan on bringing a roll-out 9-foot hoop, which I'm sure the players would not be opposed to that.
Well, I might enter that one. It'd be ugly.
You might need the little tykes.
And some icy hot. Inside a minute to play. That's Hawk. Gives it up to number 22, John Clem. Good drive, but a block by Mallory for Norwell. Knights going the other direction. Once again, it's nice to see, you know, a squad like Norwell coming up like this. Their varsity basketball team it's been down for a little bit.
Yeah, but Norwell has always had a great tradition, had a lot of good players. You know, that's a great athletic school. They've had some unbelievable football teams. Obviously, some great basketball teams.
Pearson Harnish, Chandler Harnish.
Yeah, and I can't remember what year that was when they went to state. I believe they've gone to state 2 times in the last 15 years. But regardless, they're very well respected by the Fort Wayne area.
This is Brayson Cheney for Norwell. Missed the first free throw. Second one, up and in for his first point of the game. 56-47, 24 seconds remaining. And like you said, the pressure from this Norwell squad, they're not going to give up.
No, they don't let up. And again, that's the sign of a good team. It doesn't matter if they're down, who's in. They do what they do. They stick to their system, and they play hard.
That was a good job by Ben Mueller getting over the timeline, but we got a timeout taken here by St. Paul. And their coach, Jerry Ratzberg, he's done a phenomenal job. And what a run this St. Paul program has had, starting with Keon Brooks and just continuing on here. They got banners in their gym as well.
Oh, I've only been in that gym a few times, but like you said, there are plenty of banners. And when you walk in there, you instantly know the tradition is a huge factor. And that's just great for the school. You know, you want that winning tradition, that winning culture to be around in the school so those students are proud of it. You know, they represent a legacy of a lot of successful basketball players and great individuals.
Pretty neat school, too, just right down the street from the Y. Their gym's up on the second floor. Got an old school balcony overlooking it. It's pretty cool.
Absolutely. Very similar to the school I went to at St. Jude.
Lob goes inside. And the catch and shoot by number 33, Cam Gage for two.
Gotta love it. The big man gets on the board.
Three-point attempt left short. Gage with the rebound, so that will do it. 58-47 is your final. You know, St. Paul just put the pressure on early. I was able to get some transition buckets to extend their lead, and that was pretty much it in this game. Some hot shooting by Norwell in the third quarter brought the Knights back, but once again, that pressure defense.
Oh, hats off to both teams. Two amazing programs, but at no point in this game did I ever doubt that St. Paul didn't have control of the game. You know, this is the type of game where, you know, if they played 10 times, I'm sure Norwell's going to get them a few. But St. Paul truly showed their dominance on the defensive end, so hats off to them.
Yeah, you know, with St. Paul, you know, you look at them physically and you say, oh, they might have a lack of size. You know, I think it was St. Paul who, this year they beat Woodside twice. You know, I thought that was interesting because Coach had said in years past Woodside was a team that they had some trouble beating. And Woodside obviously brought with them a lot of size, maybe not as much as Black Hawk Christian. But really putting it together this year was St. Paul. Once again, their only loss coming at the buzzer in the semifinals. The next game in the championship, they went on to throttle that team. But this is a squad. You can tell a lot of pieces. It's not just Darion Brooks.
Oh, and they're well-rounded. They have shooters, true post players, slashers, athletes. Anything you need, they have it. And, again, they play so well together. Hats off to the players. Hats off to the coach. Just a great overall program.
This is always a fun part of the game right here. Do you have an MVP for St. Paul? I think I know who mine would be.
I'm going to let you go first.
Nick Thompson.
Could not agree anymore.
Now, even though Miles Good, he's really the one that kind of separated this game. You know, there in the first half when it was still kind of tight, his hot shooting there, 3 3-pointers made really helped make it happen. But from start to finish, handling the ball, I thought Nick Thompson was phenomenal.
You know, we talked about our last game with St. Charles, the grittiness of their guards. How about C.J. Davis?
Yes.
He did it all. He was everywhere. You know, I got to give him a lot of credit. And then obviously Darion Brooks does a little bit of everything, and he was just all over the place. So they got a lot of weapons.
And obviously looking at the Norwell team, the job that John Colbert did in the third quarter, I don't know if any player had a better quarter than what John had in the third. He hit 3 3-pointers and had a deuce as well, 11 points in the third. He finished the game with a game-high 17.
Yeah, John Colbert was unreal in that third quarter, but not only did he shoot the ball well, he was just active in his straight-line drive, and he attacked baseline. He does it all, but he's going to be a special player at Norwell. Definitely a guy to keep your eye out on.
And always a cool thing that Mitch does here at the end, gets a team picture with the championship team and then a group picture with the two squads together. Just really a neat thing, and it's something that as players you may not think about, but it's something that you're glad you have it after the fact.
No question. St. Paul is going to end the year with a lot of large trophies. Man, this is their second trophy they've collected from the MVP.
Another banner going in the gym maybe, but they'll be looking for that national championship. And last year, you know, finishing third with virtually this squad, you got to believe that they're one of the favorites in the country to win that Lutheran National Championship.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm sure everybody and their brother knows about Darion Brooks, so those teams know what they have to deal with.
Hey, Nick the Quick Thompson getting the MVP, so that's kind of what I was thinking. And there he is, hoisting the trophy. Pretty cool.
Gotta love it. You know, he's got that humble smile. What more can you ask for?
Nick the Quick. You could say that CJ the Quick Davis, too.
Well, go back to what you said about St. Paul not necessarily being, overly big, but their guards are big. They have very big, strong physical guards. And one thing I've learned at the youth level, whether it's elementary, middle school, or freshman basketball, if you have active players, you're going to rebound well as a team. Size is not always what leads to effective rebounding, and they are so active, and you got to keep those guys in front of you. They're hard to block out.
Yeah, I was listening to Tim Atkinson's broadcast the other day doing Northrop. Now, I want to say maybe it's Isaac Anderson. He just says he's so active on the offensive end. He's averaging 5 rebound offensive boards a game.
Oh, he's so slippery. And, it's all effort, but at the same time, he knows where to be on the court. And he's so fast-twitching quick that if you blink, he's going around you.
Absolutely. And we're hoping Northrop can make a run. They've got DeKalb tomorrow, and then they're going to play the winner of East Noble and Dwenger. Well, Dwenger only lost to East Noble by 4 points the first time around, so it's going to be a tight sectional. Maybe not so much in that first matchup on Friday, but that championship in DeKalb should be good.
And talking with Coach Kostoff yesterday, he was very excited to get that win, but it was nice because they finally broke the streak of beating Snyder. The last time that Dwenger had beat Snyder was 2012, my senior year, when I played for Dwenger, and we won at Snyder. So that is quite a streak for the Panthers, but I know Coach Kostoff was extremely happy to break that.
Zach, we'll take a break. We're going to bring in Nick Thompson, the MVP of today's game. Nick was also outstanding in the game against Memorial Park. So we're going to have Nick here in a second. Nick Thompson, once again, the younger brother to Nayland. Nayland will be a junior next year at Bishop Luers, while Nick will be a freshman. And Nick, congratulations. A great game by you. You finished with 13 points. What was it like facing this big Norwell squad?
I've played them in the AAU before, so, it was just another game that I was trying to come out on top of. I was trying to do the best that I could for my team and help us get the win.
It really seemed like it started with you and C.J. Davis there in the first quarter, pressuring the ball, getting some steals, getting them easy transition layups. That seemed to really help separate you guys from this Norwell team.
Yeah, we pride ourselves on defense. Like, defense wins us tournaments, and hopefully it'll win us the Luther Nationals later this month.
Now, talk about that. Last year you guys took 3rd place at Nationals, and you guys virtually had the same team back this year. What are you guys expecting to do in that big tournament?
We're expecting to go all the way. We're trying to win the championship. We're just all matured from last year, and I think that'll help us to go farther and not make those mental mistakes that got us 3rd last year.
Your older brother's at Bishop Luers. He's a phenomenal player for the Knights. Do you expect to join him next year?
Yeah. Coach has been talking to me, but I don't really know where I'll fit in, so I guess we'll see this summer.
What do you take from your older brother's basketball game? Do you guys have a nice, tight relationship?
We do a lot of workouts together, so when I see him shooting, I try to pride myself on being in the same type of form, being the same every time, so I can get the shot down and make it go in the rim.
Well, Nick, you were fantastic in this game. I'm going to let you go track down C.J. Davis as he took your MVP trophy, but, hey, he played like an MVP today, so congratulations. Great win.
Thank you.
That was Nick Thompson, everybody, finishing with a game-high 13 points for this St. Paul squad. And who knows, he could be playing with his older brother Nayland next year at Bishop Luers. So, Zach, once again, a great MVP Classic. We got the Final Four next Friday, but exciting basketball, and they're matchups that you don't normally see. So once again, we'd like to thank the event coordinator, Mitch Sturm.
Man, Mitch does an amazing job. Again, he works with the Boys and Girls Club, does a lot of stuff, partnering with the Black Expo, a ton of different local companies. But again, Mitch is all about giving back to the kids, and he does more than just, directing events. He's giving back in terms of workouts. He does a lot of training. He's worked with hundreds of very successful players, throughout Grant County, different areas throughout Indiana. Just a great resource to have in the Fort Wayne area. And again, if you don't know Mitch, you can always find him out here at Spiece or at Sport One. He does a lot of officiating. Great guy to know. And again, I can't be more proud to work with anyone else than him and support the youth of Fort Wayne.
We'll talk about that, the excitement that he brings to these games, but he's also going to start doing some basketball training here at the field house. The field house, the last couple years, I think people have forgotten about it a little bit with the Sport One field house and what Parkview's doing over there taking shape. But, yeah, I mean, do you feel like there's enough basketball players in Fort Wayne that this space is going to get utilized and Mitch will be able to share his basketball knowledge with the young kids?
Absolutely, and it takes the right person to lead that. And one thing about Speece is it's just got the character, the culture. There's a lot of places that are just big venues with courts, and it's very efficiently laid out, but there's just not much, culture about it, and there's not the amazing banners hanging and the cool signed jerseys. And there's certain things that Speece is going to need to continue to update, but it's such a great core of this city, and like you said, it's such a huge asset for the youth of this city. And again, Mitch has a lot of big things coming up. I know he's got a lot of things planned with teams and leagues and workouts. Definitely somebody to get in contact with and great resource to have. But Mitch is just so big on the fundamentals, and he's all about doing things the right way. So many times you see kids worried about their triple move, step back three, but they can't do a basic pivot. It's like he really wants to hone in on the fundamentals. All that other stuff will come.
Well, Zach, thanks so much for joining us again. It was a fun 3 games with you. Always enjoy you on Facebook as well. Always keeping everybody up to date. You had a live broadcast from Blackhawk Middle School that I saw you putting out for everybody, and obviously what we saw from Blackhawk was so much fun and impressive with JoJo Robinson and Marquise Lee. So the future of Fort Wayne basketball is bright.
Yep, very bright in all areas. And, it's not even just Fort Wayne. It's the greater area, like you said, with Norwell being just an Aussie in, South Fort Wayne. It's great to see a team like them come up here and battle with the best of this area. And anymore with, tournaments and AAU, all these guys see each other. They all know each other. It doesn't matter if you live in Angola. You're all playing each other enough that it brings the whole Northeast Indiana area together. So I appreciate you having me. Summit City Sports is as good as it gets. In my opinion, it's the best broadcasting venue for high school, and not only high school, just athletic events in the nation. It's only going to continue to improve. So if you appreciate it, donate. I can tell you the things that are coming are huge, and people don't realize the hours that you put in. And I know you're humble. You're not going to brag on yourself, but it's amazing. And you've really allowed people to have a great resource. And some people that aren't able to make it to games, I mean, so many people watch it on their phone, their tablet, their smart TV. It's just amazing to have. So thanks again for the opportunity, and nothing but credit and love for what you do.
Hey, we've built up a good crew here at Summit City Sports, and make no mistake about it, we're only about being the best in the world.
I love it. Set your goals high, and that's what you've done.
Not going to stop until we're the best in the world. So, folks, thanks again for joining us, and have a wonderful rest of the week. Enjoy the sectional semifinal and championship matchups. On behalf of Ryan Stillbauer on camera, Zach Welkland, I'm Jeff Mahoney. Once again, have a wonderful rest of the week. You're watching SummitCitySports.com.
When you experience a sports injury, muscle, or joint pain, you want treatment right away. Parkview Ortho Express provides same-day orthopedic and sports injury care without referral or appointment, offering diagnostics, x-rays, the region's only body composition DEXA scan right inside of the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse. Walk in Monday through Thursday, 7 to 7, Friday, 7 to 5, and Saturday, 8 to noon. For more information, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com/orthoexpress.
It's the Comets.
Comets falling from the sky. 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 Comets falling from the sky.
As a mom, I appreciate that someone was able to get me into the system, having an appointment quickly so we could get him to return to the football team as quick as possible. It was kind of nice to witness the neuroassessment and how in-depth the neuroassessment was here in the concussion clinic. It was just an amazing process.
Concussions. They're a concern for parents of athletes in any sport. That's why Parkview Sports Medicine is leading the way with the area's first concussion clinic. Our integrated sports medicine team utilizes an innovative, evidence-based approach to manage athletic-related head injuries in those 14 and older, providing comprehensive care to get the athlete you love safely back in play. To schedule an appointment, call Parkview Sports Medicine at 266-4007. Reaching higher, pushing further. Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
The Kelly Automotive Group is simple, transparent, reliable. Simple. Our customer specialists make buying a car easy and fun. Transparent. Our price listed is the best price. No hassle, no gimmicks. Reliable. Buy with confidence and peace of mind. We work hard to ensure the best value however you shop. Choose from over 60 vehicles under $10,000. Visit drivekelly.com. The Kelly Automotive Group. Simple, transparent, reliable.
Get mad about blue. Get mad about your Fort Wayne Mad Ants. When looking for the best basketball action in town, it's the Go to FortWayneMadAnts.com for the complete game schedule. See your Fort Wayne Mad Ants in action. Get mad about blue.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Parkview Sports Medicine, especially since I've been a pro, has been a place where my game has really been able to develop in multiple facets. Injury prevention, maintenance, physical therapy, weightlifting, agility work, all the things that I need to do in order to have an NBA body. This is the place for me to go when I come back home and I need to get a workout in. Always welcome me back with open arms.
Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
It may be winter, but it's never too early to start thinking about spring. Start your new year sharp and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Fair prices, superior quality, and exceptional customer service. Schedule your spring special appointment today. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Give your home the curb appeal it deserves. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code SummitCity for 15% off today.
Both runners are running, play coming home.
From the crucial plays to the highlight of the game to the victory celebration, we are there. Summit City Sports isn't just a business, it's a group of companies investing in the youth of Fort Wayne athletics.
It's because of Parkview Sports Medicine, because of Kelly Automotive Group, Indiana Wesleyan University, University of St. Francis, and Big Eye Fish, that we can produce our broadcast viewed by hundreds of thousands in Northeast Indiana.
Support Summit City Sports. Become a sponsor. Join our winning team today.